Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Felicia Morgan and I just had a birthday. I just had a birthday. I celebrated a birthday. I am now 32 years old. I have entered chapter 32. You know, some people freak out about birthdays. I'm one of those people that's like, it's a day. But I do get excited about it because it is time to reflect. It's time to take inventory of like, okay, where am I at? Where have I been? Now, where do I want to go? Similar to like the new year, but I kind of take my birthday as like kind of like that stepping stone before the new year gets here because it is in November. But I do like to take this time just to kind of reflect and look back. And even if you don't do it on your birthday or you don't do it at New Year's, I do encourage you to do that because it's time for a self-assessment. It really is. And you don't have to do it at your birthday. You don't have to do it at New Year's. But make sure that you do it for yourself because you're going to thank yourself if you don't already do it. It's something that can definitely help you, especially if you have like dreams and goals and aspirations you want to reach. You have to take that time to like, where am I at? Where I'm going to get to? What needs to happen in this space to get me there? Nobody can stop you from your dreams. Nobody can stop you from your goals. Nobody can stop you but you. If you don't take the time to really be honest with yourself about where you're going, where you need to be, how to get there, hey, you have to be responsible for you. You have to be responsible for your goals and dreams. So I suggest taking time to reflect. So that's like a whole sidebar of what I wanted to talk about, but it is very important. And so my 3 things as I've been reflecting: number 1, I would have told myself, be more patient. There's a lot of stuff in my life that at 32 I really thought I would have obtained by now. Be patient, child. I have no problem like being patient with people, but when it comes to myself, I can get very frustrated very quickly. And that's not healthy. That's not good. So I have had to learn, and God has definitely done his part to help me learn, to be patient, to just slow down. That everything does not have to be what I expect it to be. Everything does not have to, I don't have to be frustrated by things when they aren't what I expected them to be, when they don't happen when I expect them to happen. It's okay to be, just trust the process and believe in the process, and to love myself through the process and being content in the process. So learning to be patient, because especially if God told you something's going to happen, it's going to happen. Okay, if you play your part and you are obedient and you do what you're supposed to do, it's gonna happen. But you can't like, is it gonna happen today? Is it gonna happen today? Just chill, okay? And trust God. Chill and trust God. That brings me to my second point. Be anxious for nothing. Be anxious for nothing. Just like it says in Philippians 4:6. You know, I always gotta hit you with a scripture, right? So Philippians 4:6 says, do not be anxious about anything. Anything. But in every situation, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. I'm gonna read that again. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. I have been so anxious throughout my life, and I think within the past year I've really come to this like aha moment of just how anxious I've been like for a very long time. Like a lot of it I would have just labeled as fear, but like I was really being anxious. I mean, I remember being in high school and thinking like, would I make it past the age 25? And like being anxious like each day, like, is something bad gonna happen, or is like just these crazy thoughts. And it's not even like I ain't living like the hood or like no dangerous part of America to really even be having these thoughts of like, am I gonna make it past the age of 25? Like, I really don't know where that came from. I don't know where I got that idea, but I used to think like that. And so your mind is a very powerful thing. And so if you are anxious in any way, shape, or form, just know you can get past it. It's going to take some determination to get your mindset past that. It's very easy to fall into being anxious. And so you have to really you have to know yourself, and you have to know your thought patterns. But being anxious was one of those things that I had to work on. And even still now, I have to be like, you know what? You're being really anxious and you need to slow down. What's the worst thing that can happen? Okay, you know that God got you, and even if something doesn't work out the way you expect it to, it's okay. It's still gonna be a way out. And move it and keep it moving. But I can't get stuck being anxious. It's a burden that is tiresome to bear. It drains your energy like nothing else. Like, just being anxious, the thoughts that run through your mind when you're anxious, it's too much. Just let it go. Just trust God. Just pray about it and give it to Him. Just stop, because it's a lot. Trust me, it's a lot. It's too much. You get on your nerves. Just stop being anxious, baby girl. That's what I would have told myself. And the third thing, trust God and trust yourself, because God trusts you. I have had to learn to trust God. And I thought I was doing really good at that. And then all of a sudden, God showed me, you don't trust yourself as the vessel that I called you to be. There are times I don't think I'm smart enough. There are times I don't think I'm bold enough. There's times I don't think I'm aggressive enough. There's times I don't think my leadership is good enough. There's times that I don't think I'm charming enough. There's times that just whatever it is, I feel like I'm not enough of something to accomplish the things that God has told me or shown me in a vision that I'm supposed to do. And I have learned, if I don't trust that I am capable to do it, I'm really not trusting God. Because if God placed me and God chose me and I answered that call and I start activating my faith to do it, and I say like, God, I know all things are possible for you, but I don't know about me, I'm really not trusting Him. And I've really had to come to terms with that, and I've really had to, pray about that a lot, because that's real. That's real. And I think a lot of us deal with that, and we don't really realize that we're not trusting God, because we say we're trusting God, but really we really aren't, because we aren't trusting ourselves in the process to do what He's told us to do. Hello. Those are some of the things that I would have told myself, my younger self. And at 32, those are some of the things that I'm still learning and getting better at, some more than others. And nobody's perfect. We all have room to grow. We all have room to get better. And those are just some of the things that I've been realizing more and more. Like, God's working with me on my patience. God's working with me on being anxious. God's working with me on trusting myself to do the work. And really know, like, being confident that I can do the work that He's called me to do. And so I encourage you, if any of those rung a bell within yourself, you know, take that to God, ask God to show what that means about you. Or if none of that rung a bell, or just one, or whatever it is, but I encourage you, just go to God and ask him what are some things that you need to work on within yourself. You know, the new year is coming, so like I said, even if you don't take your birthday to reflect, the new year is a good time because we all have resolutions and goals that we want to accomplish within the new year. And so take that to God and just say, like, what is it within me that I need to work on? What is it that I would have told my younger self? What is it that I wish I could have learned, or I could have been better at this time? So, you know, just make sure you're constantly growing, you're constantly learning, and you're constantly leaning on God to trust him to show you those things that you need to know. So thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for listening, and I'm excited to see you on the next one that I post. So make sure that you hit that little like button down at the bottom, and that you also subscribe before you completely leave. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.